So, there are various reasons to have a health insurance policy in these times, especially in these times of post-pandemic era. Last year, COVID has made very apparent the relevance of having a health insurance policy. So first is the financial security that a health insurance policy provides you. It acts as a safety net, which in terms of uncertain events like hospitalization, so it provides a financial benefit to you and it covers all your hospitalization cost. Then we can see in terms talking about cost, we all know that medical inflation has been on the rise. Like on an average, it has been growing around 7 to 8% on year basis. So it is very important in this era to have a right health insurance policy, which will cover all your health insurance needs. And then access to better healthcare. We all know there is a wide range from the services provided by the hospitals. There is a huge gap in the services provided. So if you have a health insurance policy in place, so it will fund your all your hospitalization costs, and you will be able to have access to a better healthcare. Next is the rise in the lifestyle diseases. So over the past 10 or 15 years, there has been huge rise in lifestyle diseases like diabetes, high BP, cholesterol. It has been observed that many younger people are also getting diseases like this. So to ensure in events like even in case you need hospitalization against such diseases, so it is very important to have a policy in place. And last but not the least, you can also avail tax benefits if you have a health insurance policy. So under Section 80D of the Income Tax Act, you can avail the tax exemption, and this is over your ATC ATC tax benefit. So right, that's whole about why you need a health insurance policy at the first place. Next, we will look at what all the important features to look for while buying a health insurance policy. Like this is not an exhaustive list, but these all things one must pay attention to while buying a health insurance policy, because these are the common features which every insurer includes in their policy while designing it. So first we'll see the co-payment clause. Now, what is a co-payment clause? Co-payment refers to a portion of the amount that you need to pay out of your pocket. Basically, whatever the cost of the hospitalization is, it gets divided between the insured person and the insurance company. So we'll look at an example here. So for example, there is a co-payment clause mentioned in your policy of 5%. Then at the time of claim settlement, you will have to pay 5% of the total hospitalization cost, and the rest 95 will be paid by the insurance company. So our advice here is to look for policies which have a minimum co-percent or a zero co-payment clause in it. Sorry. So while buying, you will see while comparing different insurance products, the policies which have a higher co-payment clause will also have a lesser premium. But in case of hospitalization, if you consider the treatment cost, if you consider a 5% or 10% of the total treatment cost, the difference, if you consider, it comes out to be huge as compared to the premium which you think you were saving at the first place by buying a policy with a co-payment clause. So that's why it is very important to have a policy with a minimum co-payment or a zero uh, co-payment clause. Next is the room rent limit. Now, what is a room rent limit? A room rent limit refers to the daily cost of room in a hospital or a clinic. And these room rent includes all your doctor's consultation fees, all the nursing charges. And most of the health insurance policies will only pay up to a certain amount uh, for these, and they will term it as a room rent capping. And for example, there is a capping of like 1 or 2% of the total sum insured, and there are capping on which room you can avail in case you need a hospitalization. So it is advisable to choose a policy which have no capping on any room rent limit. So you never know if you need a hospitalization. In case of hospitalization, you never know which rooms are available at the hospital. Like for example, in COVID times, there was a huge shortage of rooms. So you might get admitted to any room. You might get admitted to a shared room, or you might get admitted to a single or ICU. So it is important to have no limits on any room that you will be uh, taking into your policy. Next is the sublimit clause. Now, sublimit refers to the maximum amount you can be reimbursed for expenses toward a specific medical procedure. Now, generally, if you see your health insurance policy document, these sublimits are present there in some fine print. So you need to read very carefully and look very carefully while choosing a health insurance policy. So what the insurance company will do, it will mention some treatments or procedures or certain illnesses for which it will have a sublimit. For example, it is mentioned in the policy that this illness will be covered up to a certain amount only. So you will not get the whole claim in that case. And the sublimit is generally defined as a percentage of sum insured or a specified amount. So always look in your policy that which are the sublimits present in your policy and which certain treatment procedures or illnesses which are covered under those sublimits. Next is the pre and post hospitalization reimbursement. This clause is basically you will be reimbursed for medical expenses incurred for the same illness for which you were admitted prior to your hospital admission and post your discharge from the hospital. So generally in your health insurance policy, it is mentioned that you will be covered for pre-hospitalization expense. Your pre-hospitalization expenses will be covered before 60 days of your admission and post your hospitalization for 90 days. Generally, it is in the range of the pre-hospitalization of 30 days or and 60 days or 90 days or 180 days in case of post hospitalization. So make sure you select a maximum range of this cover so that in case you need hospitalization and you need coverage for all the extra costs that you are incurring, like there will be medical costs or there will be certain diagnostic tests that you will need to carry. So make sure you select this maximum range so that you get a claim for those things also. So next is the waiting period. Now, generally, there are three types of waiting period in an health insurance policy. So the first is the initial waiting period. So what is an initial waiting period? It is the waiting period after which your policy will get active. So generally, in the policies, it is around for 30 days or 60 days month after you buy a policy, and after your initial waiting period is over, then only your policy will get active and you can claim an amount on any hospitalization that you may incur. Next is the PED waiting period. Now, what is PED? PED is a pre-existing disease, and it is any health condition that you are suffering or have suffered in the past from within the last 4 years before purchasing your health insurance policy. So it is very important to look which pre-existing diseases and what is the waiting period of those mentioned in the health insurance policy. What is the waiting period for the specific diseases that you are looking for to cover in your policy. So the PED is generally from 2 to 4 years in health insurance policy, and make sure you choose a policy which have a minimum PED waiting period. And next is the mandatory waiting period. Now, in certain health insurance policies, they will mention that the certain diseases will have a mandatory waiting period, that they will be covered only after 3 years or 4 years. So you need to check that list also, that which certain diseases are there for which the hospital will cover me after how many years. So these all fine things you need to look for your health insurance policy. And the most and the important thing for the waiting period is you must always declare your pre-existing disease while buying a health insurance policy. So in time of claim settlement, there will be no issues with the insurance company later. Now, next is the no claim bonus. So what is a no claim bonus? No claim bonus is basically the reward that you are getting for being healthy. So during your policy tenure, in case you incur no claim during your policy period, so what your insurance company will do, they will increase your sum insured by a certain amount. Now, this can be a fixed amount or a percentage of your sum insured amount. So for every year, your sum insured, for every claim-free year, your sum insured will get increased. Many insurance companies also refer to this as a cumulative bonus. And typically, the percentage that by which your sum insured increases is in the range of 5 to 50%. And what is important here to look for is what is the limit on the maximum no claim bonus you can claim, uh, or we can say what is the maximum sum insured that you can increase. So there is a limit that up to 100% of the sum insured you can avail this benefit, or up to 200%. Like for example, if you have a 5 lakh policy and there is a no claim bonus that if you don't if you have no claims in the next 3 years, will increase your sum insured by 100%. So after 3 years your sum insured will become 10 lakhs. So in times of COVID, with increasing cost of hospitalization and increasing treatment costs, this feature has become an important feature. And you can see all the health insurance policies, different insurance companies offer this particular feature in their policy. All right. Next is the cashless facility. Uh, how is the important thing to understand here is how your claim is settled by the insurance company. So there are two ways the insurance company can settle your claim. One is through reimbursement. In that case, what happens? You go to a hospital, you pay all your bills, and after that, the insurance company reimburses all your bills. Second is the cashless facility. So what happens? There is a tie-up between the hospital and the insurance company. So in case you are hospitalized at that particular hospital, which have a tie-up with the insurance company, so the insurance company will directly pay to the hospital. So you don't need to pay all the treatment costs out of your pocket. So these hospitals are known as network hospitals. So it is very important to check the list of network hospitals in and around your area of residence, which would be helpful in case of emergency. So next is I am showing a certain snapshot of our CoverFox website, where we ask, while buying a health insurance policy, we ask the what is the PIN code, or what is the PIN code at which what is the PIN code from which you are buying your health insurance policy. So after we take the input from the customer, we provide them what is the cashless cashless hospitals or the network hospitals in and around your area. We provide with a list of all the hospitals that are available in the vicinity, and this becomes important while choosing a choosing a health insurance policy, because you need to have a health insurance provider which have a maximum tie-ups with all the network hospitals, so that you can avail a cashless facility there. So next is the domiciliary treatment. So this has become very important, especially after the COVID period, that domiciliary treatment is basically the treatment which you get at your home only. You don't need to get hospitalized for it. So whatever costs that you incur, whatever treatment costs that you incur while being at home, all that is covered by the health insurance policy. So there are certain conditions for which you can get a domiciliary treatment. So basically there are three conditions. One is there is a shortage of bed at the hospitals, and second is the patient cannot travel to the hospital given the current condition of the patient, or there may be any reason. the patient is not able to travel to the hospital, then he can be treated at home. And third is, if the doctor has prescribed that, he can be treated at home, and the whatever illness that he is incurring, so that can be treated safely at home. So in that case, yeah, Ravinder has raised hand. Yeah, Ravindra, any doubts? So yeah, so this was about the domiciliary treatment. So it is important to have this particular clause in your health insurance policy, that your health insurance policy covers this particular domiciliary treatment. It is also known as home treatment. Sometimes it is referred to as in various insurance policies. So you need to have this particular clause included in your health insurance policy while buying. Next is riders. So what are riders? Riders are basically the add-ons to your health insurance policy, which you can use to make your policy more comprehensive. So we have looked at various limitations that are there in the health insurance policy. So to waive off those limitations, you can add those riders for a very minimal cost, which will offer you full coverage in case of hospitalization. So most of the riders that are there in the market are plan specific, but there are some common riders as well, which are such as Hospicash or critical illness riders. So by adding these riders, such as, for example, let's talk about Hospicash rider. Hospicash is nothing but during a hospitalization, you will get a certain amount, let's say for 500 or 1000 daily, uh, during all your hospitalization period. And next is the critical illness rider. So critical illness rider states that for the critical illnesses which are mentioned in the policy, you will be covered up to the sum insured, no matter whether it is covered in your base policy or not. So riders can be added to make your policy more comprehensive and to waive off certain limitations, and at a very minimal cost. So next, let's look at how to make your policy more comprehensive. So if you already have an health insurance policy, you can make it more comprehensive. You can increase your sum insured, or if you don't have, if you are buying a new policy, you can also devise some plans around it to make it more comprehensive. So first is to add top-up plans to your health insurance policy. So what are top-up plans? Top-up plans are nothing but a way to increase your sum insured or coverage. So for example, let's say you have a base policy of sum insured of 5 lakhs, and you need to increase your sum insured to 15 lakhs. So what are the ways to do it? First is buy a new policy of 15 lakhs, which will cost you very high, or you can increase the sum insured of your existing policy to 15 lakhs. That will also cost you very high. And third is buying a top-up plan. That is adding to your 5 lakh base policy, you can add a 10 lakh top-up plan. So how this works is, once you have exhausted your sum insured of the base plan, your top-up plan gets active. So once, in our example, let's say you have exhausted your 5 lakh limit. So after you have exhausted the 5 lakhs, your top-up plans will get active, and whatever extra cost you're incurring, you will get covered through your top-up plan. So these top-up plans come at a very minimal cost as compared to buying a whole policy for that extra sum insured which you want. Say, for example, you are buying a 7 or 8,000 premium policy for a 5 lakh plan. So by adding 2,000 to your policy, so around for 10 lakh, you will get a total coverage of around 15 lakhs. So this is the average cost that is there in the top-up plans. So it is very important to make your policy more comprehensive to increase your sum insured, and it is required in this tough times of COVID, given the rise in the medical costs and the hospital treatment costs that is there. Next is by adding riders. This I've already mentioned that you can add certain riders to your health insurance policy to waive off the limitations. And suppose there is a room rent clause in your health insurance policy. So you can add a rider like a room rent waiver, which will waive off that clause, and you will get all the coverage that is there, uh, all the coverage that is present there, and you can select any room, and you will get cover for all the hospital treatment costs that you incur. And third is porting your policy. So in case if you feel that your current policy doesn't have that much features, and it is not covering you adequately, so you can always port your policy to some other insurance company's policy, and you will get all the continuity benefits that are there from one policy to another. Suppose in your first policy there is a waiting period uh, for 3 years, and your next year you're buying a policy of waiting period, let's say 2 years. After 1 year you're porting your policy to another insurer. So what happens is, uh, after you port your policy, your waiting period will be considered the 1 year that you have spent in the last insurance policy. So all the continuity benefits that are there, they get carried forward to your next policy if you port your policy. So yeah, these are the some of the ways that you can make your policy more comprehensive. Next is whatever all the features which I have mentioned here, you can go on our Cowfox portal, Cowfox website, or we have a Cowfox app also. There, all these things, all the main benefits which the insurance policies have, all those are mentioned here with definitions also. And you can compare different plans of different insurance companies. We have over 17 insurance companies for health, so you can compare all their plans and make decisions for them. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, thank you for your time. Any questions, any queries that you may have, that would be happy to answer.
So in case anybody has any questions, any doubts, you like to ask us anything in terms of insurance, any questions, please feel free to ask. We'll be more than happy to answer you. So because from Anand is asking that explain us riders. So if you can just tell them a bit more about riders.
Okay. So we have Mehboob also with us present. So Mehboob can touch upon the.
Mehboob, can you unmute yourself, please?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mehboob, can you hear very well? Yes, Mehboob, go ahead.
So first of all, तो मैं थैंक यू बोलना चाहूँगा आप लोगों को, आपने मीटिंग ज्वाइन कर उसके अकॉर्डिंग. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो मेरा ये कहे तो ये तो जो भी जो भी अभी तक जोशी ने आप लोगों को समझाया, आई होप वो सारी चीजें आप लोगों को. हेलो,
मैं वापस म्यूट पे चले गए.
हाँ, ओके. सो मैं ये बोल रहा था कि जैसे अभी जोशी सर ने आप लोगों को बताया, आई होप मतलब वो जो भी उन्होंने बताया वो सारी चीजें क्लियर है कि नहीं. मैं एक्चुअली जानना चाहता हूँ बस सारी चीजें क्लियर है सभी को, जो भी उन्होंने बेसिक चीजें बताई है हम सभी को, उसमें किसी को कोई डाउट्स वगैरह है. और जो राइडर है वो तो मैं क्लियर कर ही दूंगा आप लोगों को. जस्ट मैं एक छोटा सा क्वेरी, इफ यू डोंट माइंड सर.
अगर आप सब लोग को बेसिक क्लियर तो क्विकली चैट बॉक्स पे यस लिख दीजिए फटाफट, जैसे पता चले कि हाँ एटलीस्ट आपका बेसिक क्लियर है. अभी जो भी डाउट्स होगा सॉल्व करेंगे. ग्रेट, थैंक यू सो मच राहुल. यस,
ओके. सो मैं ये राइडर बता देता. एक्चुअली राइडर होता क्या है? अभी राइडर मतलब अलग अलग प्रकार के होते हैं. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे अभी जो नॉन मेडिकल एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं, ठीक है, जो मोस्टली कंपनी तो कवर करती है. जो नॉन मेडिकल में ये आता है जैसे कि डॉक्टर का ग्लव्स वगैरह हो गया, सीजरिंग्स वगैरह हो गया, तो मोस्टली जो भी क्लेम्स वगैरह आता है कंपनी उसमें डिडक्शन करके देती है. ठीक है. सो ये जो राइडर्स होता है, अगर आप ये ऐड करते हो तो ये जो सारी चीजें हैं वो आप इस पॉलिसी में अगर आप ऐड करते हो तो जो भी उसके एक्सपेंसेस रहते हैं उसमें कोई डिडक्शन नहीं होगा. आपको एटलीस्ट वो भी 100% मिल जाएगा कवर करके. सो एक तरह का ये राइडर होता है. इसके अलावा जैसे रूम रेंट, जैसे भी कोई कंपनी क्या सिंगल प्राइवेट रूम देती है, ठीक है, उसके अलावा उसके ऊपर भी कई प्रकार के रूम होते हैं, जैसे डिलक्स रूम होता है, स्वीट्स रूम्स वगैरह होते हैं। सो ओके, सो वो भी अगर आप एडिशनल प्रीमियम देके कंपनी राइट्स आई मीन वो ऑप्ट कर सकते हो, ताकि आप हॉस्पिटल में कोई भी रूम ले लो, तो एटलीस्ट ये रहेगा कि आपको कुछ पे नहीं
महबूब, एक
करना पड़ेगा
रिक्वेस्ट
वो
आया
टाइम
है,
पे।
if you can explain this in
Yes.
English, because ना आनंद शायद से साउथ से होंगे, तुमको हिंदी बतानी होगी, तो if you can explain this in English also, that will be great.
No problem, sir, you can tell me.
Yeah, so you know, basically,
Hello.
like, you know, so the question is again riders only, but if you can explain the riders in English rather than saying it in
So-
Hindi.
Okay, so most of the insurance company, what they're doing, they have a specific in the insurance. For example, we'll take like care insurance. So in care insurance, they have like a single private room, but in the hospital they have a different types of rooms, like single private room, deluxe rooms, different types they have a room, sir. So in this scenario, if I pay a little bit additional premium, you can choose any room. So in that time, at the time of hospitalization, you don't want to pay any amount from your pocket, sir. So these are the
So-
one riders, sir.
Adding to it, I can see various questions on riders. So the cost of adding a rider is very minimal. It is for example, let's say you're buying a 7,000 or 8,000 premium policy for a certain sum insured. So you can add riders for a minimum cost of around 300 or 400 only. So there is a capping from IRD also for how much the insurance company can cost you for the riders. So there is a capping for that. So riders don't cost that much, and it's very easy to add.
Great, thank you so much, Mehboob
So-
and Joshit.
Yeah. So I
I have
have
a question from Tenny.
yeah.
He's asking, can you explain restoration of sum assured? Is porting from a group cover possible?
So Mehboob, you wanna touch upon that today?
So maybe the
Hello.
question is that, you know, explain the restoration of sum assured, and is the porting from a group cover possible?
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So the restoration, the many companies they have a like different types of restoration. For example, I'll give you certain company. The one is the Star Health Insurance. Okay, they have the restoration. For example, I am holding 5 lakh rupees sum insured. Okay, in case due to any problem, like for example heart related, I use completely 5 lakh rupees. Okay, on the same year, if get a hospitalization for the same illness related. Okay, so the company will pay again 5 lakh rupees free of cost for the same illness in Star Comprehensive. And for example, we have one care insurance. So the care insurance, they're also giving the same. Like if I use 5, so again they will get a 5 lakh rupees, but not for the same illness. They will give you for the different illness. So the many companies, they have a like a restoration benefit at this time, sir. But some companies, they are giving you for the same illness, and some companies, they are giving you for the different illness. For that, there is no need to pay any extra amount for that, sir.
So basically, what happens when you exhaust your sum insured in a particular policy tenure, that sum insured gets restored. Now there are various conditions in various different insurance policies that if you incur a claim again in that same policy year, and if it is for the same illness, then we will not cover you, and if it is for a different illness, then we will cover you. So there are different conditions for each insurance company.
Great. That's very helpful. I hope that answered your query, Tenny. We also have one more question. You know, earlier somebody asked us that is porting easy? Is porting the policy very easy?
So yeah,
So
nowadays
maybe like that.
with very minimal documentation is required for porting a policy. It's the same as buying a new policy only, but additional thing which is required is your previous policy information is required. Just that, and you can port your policy very easily.
Okay, great, thank you. We got one more question from Rakesh Kumar. He's saying, if a single bill for hospitalization is more than sum assured, then does the top-up cover get activated only after the sum assured is over, and then for the next hospital admission, or only after sum assured is over, then the next hospital admission the top up gets activated.
Yeah, so Mehboob, can you touch upon the top up and the super top up plan when it's get activated?
So okay, so whenever you're buying a base plan na, so on that time you can take a super top up, because in the super top up also they have like certain waiting period. It's like 2 years. Okay, for the pre-existing disease related there is a 3 years waiting period. Okay, so for example, at the time of hospitalization, okay, if my expenses coming, for example, I am having 5 lakh rupees base sum insured, okay, and I'm holding 10 lakh rupees super top up. So at the time of claim, my expenses is coming more than 5 lakh rupees. So first you can take a 5 lakh rupees from your base sum insured, and rest of the amount you can take from the super top up to the sum insured. So overall, you will get 15 lakh rupees sum insured claim. Either same illness, either you can use for the different illness. And super top up, you can take show a deductible amount once in a year, and you're buying a top up plan, sir. So in that top up plan, sir, every time you have to show your deductible amount, sir. In super top up, you can use your deductible amount at once in a year, and you can use directly. You can take a super top claim from the super top up, sir.
Great, thanks, Mehboob. Also, one more question asked by the same gentleman. He's asking, can a person have more than one health insurance policy? And how can a claim be settled using, say, 2 or 3 insurance policies?
Yeah, it is possible to have two insurance policy, and if you have two insurance policy, and if one of your policy gets exhausted, then the remaining amount can be you can claim from the other insurance policy as well. So yeah, it is possible.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Then one more question from Mr. Narasimha Murthy. He's asking, I have one doubt on one hospitalization bill claim in 2 separate health insurance company. Is it possible?
Yes, you can, sir. At the time of claim, for example, I am holding 2 companies. One of my company insurance, I'm holding 5 lakh rupees sum insured. I personally have taken that 5 lakh rupees sum insured. Total high, I have a 10 lakh rupees sum insured. So at the time of hospitalization, your expenses is coming like, for example, 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so first you can use from your company policy, or either you can use this base insurance, and rest of the amount you can take from this different insurance company, which you're holding second one. So both you can use at the time of claim.
Okay, great.
So Hitesh, there's one question that we missed. One is from KT Mathur. The question is, do you analyze all the policies on the above parameters on your website? So yeah, the answer to that is yes. We analyze on different factors, and according to the customer needs. We first gather information from the customer, and we assess the customer according to their needs, that what all things they are looking for in their health insurance policy, and we present them options according to that. And on our website and also on our app, we analyze all the policies on all the factors that are present there in the insurance policy.
So yes, in case you want to buy any insurance policy related to health, the best thing about CoverFox is that you can compare all the policies at one go. You can buy the policy very easily. I mean, technically, you can just buy the policy within 3 minutes once you come on the CoverFox website, right? So in case you need anything, you can always come to our website and I actually do that. Then we got one more question again by Mr. Tenny Thomas only, that is it true that top-up claims are deductible every time? Top-up plans of HDFC Ergo has only once a year deductible for top-up. Could you please clarify on this?
So Mehboob, you want to go ahead or should I?
Yes, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. So first of all, I'll tell you one thing. So first of all, तो मैं आपको बताऊंगा 2 तरह प्लान्स अवेलेबल है टॉप अप. एक तो टॉप अप है और एक सुपर टॉप अप है. So तो मैं उसका क्लैरिफिकेशन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देता हूँ. जो टॉप अप होता है, फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे पास 5 लाख का सम इंश्योर्ड है, ठीक है, एंड मेरे पास 10 लाख का सुपर टॉप अप है. सो अगर मेरा पहला ही क्लेम आ गया 10 लाख रुपए का, तो जो टॉप अप आपके पास सम इंश्योर्ड है, उससे डायरेक्टली आप क्लेम कर सकते हो, ठीक है. अगर उसके बाद मेरा वापस से उसी साल में अगर क्लेम आया, तो टॉप अप आप नहीं यूज कर सकते हो सर. अगर यही सेम सिनेरियो अगर आप लेते हो सुपर टॉप अप का, सो अगर आपका क्लेम आ गया पहला 10 लाख रुपीस, और आपके पास अवेलेबल अभी 5 लाख रुपीज, सो उसी साल में अगर वापस से कोई हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन है, सो यू कैन यूज डायरेक्टली दैट एडिशनल टेक क्लेम फ्रॉम द सम इंश्योर्ड सर. So super top up you can use multiple times in a year, sir.
So yeah, adding to it, in the basic differences in top up plan, the claims must be deductible every time, and in super top up plan, it must be deductible only once.
Correct.
Then we have one more question here from Rakesh. I think suppose there is a change in the health condition, say after 1 year or 2 years after buying a policy, but there is no claim. Does this change the health condition have to be informed to the insurance company?
So जो भी changes होता है ना सर, जो
Maybe we
new
can just speak in English.
customers
That will be
रहते हैं
great.
उनके लिए रहेगा.
Maybe we can just stay in English because people are from South
Okay.
also. They would not understand Hindi, so that will be good.
तो मैं हिंदी में बताता हूँ, जोशी जी आपको एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे इंग्लिश में, बिकॉज यू डोंट माइंड. चलेगा?
So at the time of running a policy, you need to intimate what all changes that are there. So at the time of renewal, it is important.
So I can answer the question. So basically, at the time of renewal, you have to intimate your insurer. It will be good, and you will face less friction while actually passing the claim, right? So just intimate them. That's always transparent for you and the insurer both. That way, it kind of helps you out. Okay, we got a question from Sudhi. She's asking, what is the ideal ratio of the base versus top up and the super top up?
So there's no such ideal ratio, but if you're buying a new policy, our advice would be to go for a higher sum insured policy at the first place. So and if you already has bought one, and if you want to increase your sum insured, then you can add a super top up plan. It is advisable to buy a super top up rather than a top up. According to your needs, like if you're buying an individual policy, you can have some insured of around 10 lakhs or 50 lakhs in that range. Or if you are buying a family floater plan for your dependents, for your children, it is advisable to have a 20 lakh policy. This can be either through a total comprehensive policy, or you can, if you already have a policy of 5 lakh, 10 lakh, so you can add a top up of 10 lakh over that. So this ratio is depend on the situation also, that you can say.
Okay, fantastic. Now we got one very interesting question, which says which one is better, PSU company such as New India or private insurers?
So there are various factors on which you need to assess which health insurance companies that you would be buying a policy from. So certain important factors are, one of the most important is the claim settlement ratio of that particular health insurance company. So claim settlement ratio is nothing but the claims that a particular insurance company has incurred and how much out of that claims they have settled. So it must be higher of 95% for a particular year. So go for those companies which have a highest claim settlement ratio. And then there are other factors as well, which you can look to assess a company and the insurance company, like how much assets are under management of the company. This all information is available there publicly on their website, as well as the regulator websites, that is the IRDA. So you can look how much are the assets under management. The more the assets the company is handling, the better the health insurance companies. Next, also you can look, certain ratios are there, like solvency ratio is there, that how much the insurance company's ability to pay your claims. Certainly this ratio tells us that. So you can look for, there's a range that for this particular ratio that you can always search online and see that what is the ideal range that one must have this ratio in. So you can look for these certain factors, but important is to look for claim settlement ratio. And answering your question of which to choose from PSU or standalone health insurance, basically it will depend on certain other factors as well, like how much network hospitals that particular uh, insurance company has in your area, and how much and what all important features which we have covered in our session. So how those companies covers those turns out to be important. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, we just got like a small follow-up question on that, saying which insurance companies have the highest claim settlement?
So mostly the standalone health insurance companies that are there, like the Care Health Insurance, Max Bupa is there. So generally they have a higher claim settlement ratio, but every year these companies publish their claim settlement ratios report. So you can always look and year on year they keeps on changing. So it is advisable the claim settlement ratio be around 92 to 95%.
So I think you can also check all these information on CoverFox website, and you can actually get all the details over there as well. So it will
Yeah.
be easier for you to buy health insurance from the website itself. We got one more question. Saying, if a person has fits, it is epilepsy, he or she is eligible to get health insurance plan from a standalone health insurer?
Epilepsy, right? So yes, there are certain plans in the market which certain health insurance provider like Care Health provides plans for such pre-existing conditions. So but it comes with various conditions, and also they have a higher premium also. So yes, you can buy policies for that.
Okay. One more question which says, in a family floater, till what age are children are covered? Is it based on the age alone, or even marital status is considered?
So in a family floater plan, your dependent children are covered up to the age of 25. That is for most of the insurance company, but certain insurance companies like ICICI Lombard have that limit at 21 years. So it depends on the insurance company as well, that which limits they have set. And in a family floater plan, basically you can only cover your dependent children or your dependent parents or your spouse. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Okay. One more follow-up question saying, how many, is there any medical, how many companies give super senior citizen, give health insurance for citizens? Those are about 80 years.
So maximum that in the market there are various senior citizen plans, like all the standalone health insurance are there which have designed plans for particularly for senior citizens. And but in those plans as well there is a limit of from 60 to 80 for which you are eligible for buying a policy. So 80 years there are no such plans as such in the market available.
One more question which says, is there any medical plan which covers dental RCT?
So Mehboob, you want to take that? Any particular plans covering dental RCT?
Yes, dental is covered in Star Comprehensive.
One more question about what Rakesh is saying. Max Bupa is changing to Niva Bupa, Religate is changing to Care, Apollo is changing to HDFC. So why so much uncertainty in the market? How will the customer be affected? Do you advise porting the policies?
So these are only the insurance companies changing their tie-ups with certain other companies, like Max and Bupa have certain tie-ups, and Religare has just changed its name from Religare to Care. There was not much changes. The customers were not affected by it as such, and but the changes in those doesn't really affect the customers. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So anybody has any other questions so far that you guys want to ask? Feel free to ask us. We're happy to answer any question. Is there any more questions that are left to answer or ask us? One more question saying that anything, can someone continue to carry the forward health insurance taken at age 50 beyond 80 years?
Yeah. So there is a clause like lifetime renewal for certain insurance policies. so you can avail benefits for all your lifetime.
Okay. Then we got one more question, which is that one doubt from my side, please. Are there any health insurance policies where the policy premium remains fixed and does not increase with age?
Yeah, there are one or two policies like SBI offers certain policies. They have Arogya policies in which
Arogya
your
Plus.
Arogya Plus, in which your premium doesn't increase with age. The premium remains constant. So you can look for Arogya Plus.
Okay, fantastic.
So Mohan Kumar has a question. I have a corporate health policy. Should I buy a separate health insurance? So yes, it is always advisable to have a separate health insurance because your corporate policy has many limitations into it. Basically, that policy is designed by your company and the insurance company. So all those factors, all those features that will be included in your policy will be decided by both these parties. So generally, the premium is on lower side. Therefore, the features are also less and generally in the corporate health policy. So it is always advisable to buy a separate health insurance and that too a comprehensive one.
Okay, fantastic. So one question from Mr. Narsai Murthy. He's saying that for overseas travel, what is the maximum age providing the health insurance policy for a person aged above 65 years, 85 years?
So Madhu, we are not take that. For overseas travel, what's the maximum age providing health insurance policy for a person aged 85 years? So can you clarify on this question? Narasimha, KS Narasimha. Can you please clarify on this question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, KS, you can go ahead. You can ask. So I have a question from Mohan Kumar. If dependent has PED, should we take a separate health insurance for them or include them in the family floater? So it is always advisable to buy a separate health insurance policy so that you will get full benefits of that particular policy to that particular individual member because the needs what all you need in your insurance policy will be different from the needs of your dependent. So it is advisable to buy a separate insurance policy But if you have children of very less, then you can take a family floater plan for them. So in that case, a family floater plan helps. So Hitesh, you there?
There? Yeah, I'm there. So we have one more question, which basically says that Naresh Ashwini, I got a call from RBL. As a valued customer, I was offered a health insurance cover by the name of policy.
Sorry, you're not audible.
Also, one more question has come up saying that third gender persons get any health insurance plan from any health insurance companies?
Third gender. So Mehboob, want to touch upon that?
सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो थर्ड जेंडर के लिए तो फिलहाल कोई प्लान हमारे पास ऑप्शन है नहीं अवेलेबल इसके लिए.
So on the question of Naresh, that I have got a call from RBL Bank as a valuable customer. I was offered a health insurance cover by name RBL Shield with an insurance cover 1 CR for a premium of 21,000. Please advise on this. So yeah, Naresh, you need to look what all other features the policy is covering. And if you also compare other plans which offer some insured up to 1 CR, so if you can see other insurance companies are there which offer this much sum insured cover at a much lower premium also, which uh, with all the major benefits included. So you can always compare 2 or 3 insurers before buying such plans. So there is a question from Mohan Kumar. Considering medical inflation, it is worth to take 1 CR plan or 15 lakh, 20 lakh is enough for a family. So if you are buying for a whole family, if you are also including your spouse, your dependents, maybe children or your parents, so it is advisable to buy a higher sum insured plan. So that will be a 50 lakh or a 1 CR plan. And if you are buying an individual policy, so a 15 lakh or 20 lakh plan would be good. But nowadays in the market, if you see, there are various plans which are offering a higher sum insured, like 75 lakhs one CR plan with a very reasonable premium. So you can always opt for a higher sum insured because you never know uh, what how the medical inflation may rise about 10%, or you may need you may incur certain costs. So it is always advisable to be safe. So I guess all the questions are answered. If anyone has some other questions, they may post it in the chat box. Any more questions are there? So there is a question from Mohan Kumar. What is the difference by taking insurance from local agent and from insurance agents like CoverFox? So taking insurance from a local agent. So there is a certain commission fixed from each insurance company to their agents, respective agents. So what happens? Uh, this may be maybe the case that agent may only pitch you that products on which he may be getting a higher commission or a higher payout. And while in case of digital web aggregators like a Scarfox, you can compare all the insurance policies uh, which you want to buy. Yeah, and you can compare around different plans and according to your need, and you can take an informed decision and a better decision by it. So you will be not be forced sold that particular policy just because that particular agent was getting a commission from that particular insurance company. So on Cowfox, you can take a more informed decision. So that is the major difference when it comes to buying health insurance online. So there is a question from KS Narsimha. Recently, one family floater plan of my friend's network had last 9 years at the time of second wave. One of the family members became transgender after his teens. Any claims arises in future, what is the norm to be followed? Any specific suggestion from your side? So you will need to get in touch with that particular insurance companies, and at the time of a renewal also you need to intimate whatever changes that are there to the particular insurance company, and from there they can advise you that how the claim settlement process will be and how you can further take your policy from there. So Jyotirmaya has asked, is there any discount in premium by buying policy online? Uh, so there are various options through which you can buy an insurance policy. So particularly this discount, if the insurance company is offering from a side, that we can the web aggregator or the broker can pass it on to the customers. So And generally in the market, if you see, there is a discount, like 5 or 10% discount on premium that is available if you buy the policy online. So yes, there is a discount. So the next question from Mohan Kumar is, what are the major reasons why health insurance claim may get rejected by insurance company? So we have touched upon this point. Very important is to declare all your pre-existing diseases and conditions that you have at present. So that there is no friction between the insurance company settling your claim. So most important to declare all your conditions. That is one of the major reasons that the claims get rejected. So any more question, guys? So I guess there are no more questions from your side. You can always look for insurance on our CoverFox portal. There is a CoverFox at coverfox.com or through our app. You can search, compare policies, and directly buy through it in a very easy and hassle-free way. And not only health, you can also buy motor insurance or term insurance or any other insurance that you need. So yeah, and if you have any queries, we would be happy to solve. So yeah, thank you all for your wonderful time. Thank you for joining us in this session. Uh, we would also look to have this session in future more frequently. Thank you all. Thanks for your time.
Okay, I guess then we should end the webinar now.
Yeah, I guess.
So thank you everybody for your time, and thank you so much, Joshit, Mehboob, for all your queries, and I think it was a very, very good effort by the team. So thank you everyone, and don't forget to buy insurance with CoverFox. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye. Take care.